Hello there! Today we're peeling back the curtain on those innocent habits that are quietly draining your wallet. Prepare to be surprised as we reveal the daily routines you never suspected were costing you a small fortune. So, are you ready to uncover these sneaky habits? But before we dive in, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. It lets us know that you like watching our videos, and we should keep creating content like this. Thank you, and now, let's start our list. Our first money-wasting habit is one nearly everyone is guilty of: eating out too often. It's convenient, it's quick, and let's face it, it can be delicious. But have you ever stopped to consider the cost of that convenience? Did you know that according to an American labor study, cooking at home can cost around half as much as eating out in a restaurant? Imagine this. If you swapped out just 2 restaurant meals a week for home-cooked ones, you could save around 50,000 pesos a year. That's a vacation, a new gadget, or a nice boost to your savings account. And it's not just the financial aspect, my friends. Eating at home is typically healthier too. You control the ingredients, the portion sizes, and hey, no tempting dessert menu to contend with. Now, I know what you're thinking. Cooking takes time and effort, right? True, but consider this. The time you spend waiting for your meal at a restaurant, or even the time you spend driving to get that takeout, could be spent whipping up a delicious, cost-effective meal at home. And with the wealth of quick and easy recipes available online, you can become a home chef in no time. Not to mention, cooking can be a fun and rewarding experience. It's a skill that not only saves you money but also serves you well in life. Plus, nothing beats the satisfaction of a meal well made. So the next time you're thinking about grabbing takeout, consider whipping up a meal at home instead. Your wallet, your waistline, and your overall well-being will thank you. And who knows, you might discover a newfound passion for cooking along the way. Now for the second habit. Who doesn't love a good shopping spree? However, impulse shopping can be a serious drain on your wallet. It's a common scenario. You're scrolling through your favorite online store, and before you know it, you've added an array of items to your cart. Or perhaps you're strolling through the mall when a flashy window display catches your eye. Next thing you know, you're walking out with bags full of merchandise that you hadn't planned on buying. Impulse shopping, or the habit of buying items without planning or thought, is a dangerous game to play with your finances. It's easy to justify a small purchase here and there, but these costs add up quickly. And more often than not, we end up with items we don't really need or even want. But just how much of an issue is impulse shopping? Well, studies show that it's more prevalent than you might think. In fact, the average person spends enough money in a year on impulse purchases to fund a decent family vacation, or to cover home repairs or buy an important appliance when the necessity arrives. Moreover, these impulse purchases tend to be non-essential items. Clothes, extra gadgets, decor, snacks. You know, those things that catch your eye and seem like a good idea at the moment. But in the grand scheme of things, these items often end up unused, collecting dust in a corner, or worse, in the trash. It's important to recognize the difference between a need and a want. Needs are the essentials, the things we can't live without: food, shelter, healthcare. Wants, on the other hand, are the extras: the latest smartphone, designer clothes, gourmet coffee. It's okay to indulge in wants occasionally, but when it becomes a habit, it can seriously impact your financial health. So, what can you do to curb this impulse? One strategy is to implement a waiting period. If you see something you want, wait a day or even a week before making the purchase. Often, after some time has passed, you'll realize you don't need it as much as you thought. So, the next time you feel the urge to shop, pause and ask yourself, do I really need this? Our third habit might surprise you. It's neglecting to budget. Now, you might be thinking, budgeting, that's not for me. I earn my money, I should be able to spend it how I like. And you're absolutely right. You should spend your money how you want. But here's the catch. Without a budget, are you really in control of your spending? Think of budgeting as your roadmap to financial success. It's your personal GPS, guiding you to your financial goals, whether that's a dream vacation, buying a home, or simply feeling more secure in your financial future. Without this GPS, it's easy to get lost in the wilderness of bills, unexpected expenses, and impulse buys. And here's a surprising fact. According to a study by the BSP, only 47% of Filipinos use a budget. That means more than half of the working population is potentially wandering aimlessly in their financial journey. And that aimless wandering can lead to overspending, which means less money saved for those big dreams and goals. If those 53% of people budgeted, they could potentially be saving thousands of pesos each year. Imagine what you could do with that extra money. That dream vacation, it could become a reality. That sense of financial security, it could be within your grasp. Let's be clear, budgeting isn't about depriving yourself. It's about understanding your income and your expenses. It's about making informed decisions about where your money goes rather than wondering where it all went at the end of the month. It's about being proactive with your finances instead of reactive. No one is saying you can't enjoy your money, but with a budget, you can enjoy it even more because you know exactly where it's going and how it's helping you reach your goals. So what are you waiting for? Take control of your financial future. Start budgeting. It might just be the best decision you ever make. Remember, a budget is not a restriction, but a financial game plan. Last but not least, habit number 4, paying only the minimum on your credit cards. It's a common practice, but one that can cost you dearly in the long run. You see, credit card companies love it when you pay just the minimum. Why? Because it means they get to charge you interest on the remaining balance. And let me tell you, that interest isn't just pocket change, it's a full-blown cash cow for these companies. Imagine this scenario. You have a balance of 10,000 pesos on your credit card. Your minimum payment is, say, 250 pesos. If you only pay that minimum each month, guess how long it'll take you to pay off that balance? The answer is 8 years. And the total cost? Around 25,000 pesos. That's right, you've effectively more than doubled your debt. So what's happening here? It's the magic, or rather the curse, of compound interest. While it's a blessing when you're saving or investing, it's a nightmare when it's applied to your debt. Every month that you carry a balance, you're not just being charged interest on your original debt, but also on the previous month's interest. It's a snowball effect that can quickly spiral out of control. But don't just take my word for it. Let's look at some cold, hard facts. According to the Credit Card Association of the Philippines, in May 2023, Filipinos had a staggering 410 billion pesos in credit card debts. That's a lot of unnecessary expenses we're racking up, all because we're not paying off our balances in full. So, what's the solution? Simple. Pay more than the minimum. Even if it's just an extra 500 pesos a month, it can make a massive difference in the long run. It's not just about paying off your credit card, but about freeing yourself from the burden of debt. Wow, who knew these everyday habits could be costing us so much? It's quite a revelation, isn't it? To think that our seemingly harmless routines could be the very things quietly draining our wallets. Let's do a quick recap. Eating out frequently may seem like a small luxury, but it adds up over time. Cooking at home isn't just healthier, it's also a lot kinder to our bank accounts. Impulse shopping, on the other hand, is a sneaky habit. It's those unplanned purchases that slowly but surely eat away at our savings. Then there's the habit of neglecting to budget. It's easy to overlook, but without a budget, we're essentially sailing a ship without a compass. Remember, a budget is not a restriction. Instead, it's a tool that gives us control over our finances. Lastly, we discussed the costly habit of paying only the minimum on credit card bills. It's a cycle that keeps us in constant debt and accrues unnecessary interest. Paying off more than the minimum amount each month can save us a surprising amount of money in the long run. Being aware of these habits is the first step to financial freedom. It's not about drastic changes, but rather small, mindful adjustments that lead to significant savings. Thanks for tuning in today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, like this video, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more personal finance content. Until next time, keep an eye on your habits and your wallet.